All right, day 2. Spent the night at Black Gap Shelter. It rained last night. Awfully glad to have been in the shelter. Of the 5 people in the shelter last night, 2 left in front of me, 2 are left behind. My goal today would be to get to Hawk Mountain Shelter. That'd make it about 11 miles, 10 or 11 miles. Again, trying to start slow. All they say is, you keep hearing is, don't go too fast, too far, too soon. I sure didn't yesterday. About 8 miles. This morning, going to be climbing up to Springer. It's about, I don't know, about a 500-foot gain in elevation from here. I'll be going up until I get there. Take a break there. This morning had a nice breakfast of oatmeal and some hot Russian tea, and just moving along. Looks like it's going to be a really nice day. It's very windy, but the sun is out. I don't feel the wind right now because I'm on the lee side of the mountain. Once I crest this little climb here, I know it's going to be wind. I hear the wind whistling up above me, so I'll be ready for that. But last night was okay. I didn't sleep like I was at home, but I slept okay. It's quite comforting being in that shelter. That rain pounding down. It rained all night long. All in all, a pretty day. Talk about how crowded the trail is, but you know, I saw very few people yesterday, and probably the same. You can put a lot of people out here, but there are a lot of miles out here. People get scattered really quickly. So we'll see how things work today. Yeah. All right, the view from Springer. That's it. North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You?
Massachusetts.
Where about?
Well, kind of Boston and kind of New Bedford.
Okay. It is. All right. The approach trail is no joke. I swear I didn't think I'd make it up here, but here I am. And the first white blaze. All right. Well, I stopped here. Nice little spot. Took a break. Ate a little bit. Just a wonderful little spot here. Just couldn't pass it up. I was going to stop and eat lunch at Stover Creek Shelter, which is about another, not far. But this looked like a good place to stop. I'm taking some lunch and enjoy the scenery. All is good. All right, Stover Creek. Man, this has been a much better day. My new hiking partners, Mike and Todd. Mike's actually from Flowtown.
Yep.
Flowtown, Florence, South Carolina. How about that? Who could miss on a day like today? Well, this is where lunch is today. Just a little bit off the Appalachian Trail, Long Creek Falls. Just gorgeous. If it was any warmer, I'd be in that water for sure. Man, I never knew North Georgia could be so pretty. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we got lunch today. The creek continues on down there, several cascades down there, but this is the big waterfall. Well, yesterday wasn't so great, but I'll tell you what, today, more than made up for it. I'm feeling pretty good. The trail is wonderful. It's steep in places, but it's okay. You gotta climb up to see something like this. Perfect weather day. It's turned out sunny, breezy, probably 55, 56 degrees. Perfect. Yeah, buddy. All right, I've been talking about wanting a Diet Coke or a Coke for, I don't know, the last, what do you say, Todd, last hour?
Yeah,
I stumbled across a place called Hickory Flats, and look what these good people have for us. Look at that. Oh, well, Dr. Pepper, yeah, but I had my Coke. Cool, was full. Got Gatorade. We got all kind of snacks over here, and water, everything you want right here. Plus, there's a party in the back, I think, tonight, or at least on Saturdays, anyway. This is what they call trail magic, and it was magic today. Well, it is Saturday, April 1st. Stayed at Hawk Mountain last night. Found it's a lot easier to break camp when you stay in a shelter than you when you tent. Tented last night. It was very windy. It got down to 35, but I was very warm in the tent. No problems. The only problem I had was one of my own making. I had a pot of boiling water for oatmeal and some tea, and daggone if when I went to pull it off the little stove it spilled, and all that hot water wasted. Had to go get some more, plus it got a little bit on the side of the tent, which did not make me very happy. Going downhill today, the goal today would be Gooch Gap. There's a shelter there. If I get there and it's still early and I'm feeling good, I'll push on to Woody Gap. At Woody Gap, I might be able to get to the hiker hostel again and spend the night there, but we'll see. At any rate, I know in 2 nights, if I don't do that today, then the following day I'll be able to reach Neal's Gap, where there's an outfitters and a store, where there's a hostel with a shower, laundry, and a bunk, and I have a package waiting for me there that is just a resupply of food. Going downhill a lot this morning after leaving Hawk Mountain. My 2 hiking buddies from yesterday have left ahead of me. I'll probably catch them at some point. Not a bad morning. Most of it's been downhill. But you know what that means. It means we're going to be headed up soon. I understand that. The big challenge today is Sassafras Mountain, which I'm not sure which direction that is. But Sassafras is the one today. I have my MP3 player plugged in occasionally, and I don't have it on much, but a lot of times I turn it on if I'm by myself and I'm facing a real tough uphill climb. I'll turn it on just to listen to some music, maybe find something that'll pump me up a little bit. That first day on the approach trail, that one song that perked me up was Here Comes the Sun. I believe it was Richie Havens or the Beatles. I don't know which version that is, but that always puts a smile on my face. Yesterday there wasn't really any particular song that grabbed me. I did listen to some. I was with my 2 hiking buddies most of the day and did not want to, the conversation was better than the music, so that's fine. My MP3 player has 2,000 songs on it, and it is on shuffle, so I don't pick songs. I could, but I don't. I just turn it on shuffle, and whatever comes on, comes on. Could do with a little beach music this morning. That might be nice, but I'm not going to search for it. It also has a radio function. Last night, laying in the tent, I was trying to find any local FM station. I found one in the town of Appalachian, Georgia, that they were actually broadcasting a Yankees and Braves exhibition baseball game, the first game being played in the new stadium in Atlanta. I listened to that for a little while, but not being a Yankees fan, I passed on it after a while. It's a different world out here. When the sun goes down, especially if you're in a tenting area like we were last night, there's no real place to socialize. So when the sun goes down, that's pretty much it. And I find myself sleeping an incredible amount of hours. Now, my body probably needs that, but you know, around 4 o'clock it starts stirring. Say, okay, that's enough. That's enough. But I do not want to try to pack up everything and fix a little hot oatmeal and tea if it's in the dark. Lord knows I had enough trouble this morning in the daylight piecing it all back together. It seems like every time I take my pack apart, it goes back in a different way. Sometimes things fit fine, sometimes they don't. At the Trail Magic yesterday, one of the guys is an experienced hiker there. He was checking people's packs for weight, and he said yours is, mine was the heaviest of the group that was there, but I don't know. I know there's some things in here that I could do without, and that's one thing that they do at Neil's Gap. They don't make you do it, but they offer a service where they'll go through your pack and give you advice on what you can part with and what things that you probably ought to keep. And they'll mail back what you don't really need. I think maybe the tablet's going to go back. I brought it so I could edit for the GoPro, but I don't know. I can do it on my phone. I just haven't figured out exactly how to get that done on the phone. So maybe if I stop at the shelter tonight, I can play with it enough and maybe be able to ditch that tablet tomorrow. Looks like we're headed down to a road down here. Of course, I know what that means. You know, we're going to be getting up pretty quick. I've got my down jacket on, so I think down here this road, knowing I'm going to be facing that climb over there, I believe I'll get rid of this down jacket